Across the American landscape, an invasion is underway. It's not an alien force or a foreign army, but something far more destructive and surprisingly intelligent. We're talking about feral hogs. These aren't your friendly farm pigs. They're relentless. Invasive species causing billions of dollars in damage every year, and their numbers are exploding. Today, we're diving deep into America's feral hog apocalypse, exploring why states are resorting to extreme measures like hunting from helicopters and using trained dogs to combat this four-legged plague. So, how did we get here? The story begins centuries ago. The ancestors of today's feral hogs were brought to the Americas by early European explorers, like Hernando de Soto in the 1500s, as a reliable food source. Over time, some of these domestic pigs escaped or were released into the wild. Later, Eurasian wild boars were introduced for sport hunting in the early 1900s. These two groups interbred, creating a super hybrid, the modern American feral hog. They are tough, adaptable, and incredibly smart. They can survive in almost any environment, from dense forests and swamps to open grasslands and even suburban neighborhoods. What makes them so destructive? First, their feeding habits. Feral hogs are omnivores with voracious appetites. They use their powerful snouts and sharp tusks to root and dig for food, tearing up the ground like living rototillers. This behavior destroys agricultural crops, costing farmers over $1 billion annually in lost revenue. They'll eat anything from corn and soybeans to tree seedlings, ground nesting birds, and even fawns. This rooting behavior also causes massive ecological damage. It increases soil erosion, pollutes waterways with sediment and bacteria, and destroys native plant communities, disrupting the entire food web. Imagine entire fields, golf courses, and pristine natural habitats turned into muddy, cratered wastelands overnight. That's the reality in many parts of the country. But the real challenge isn't just their appetite, it's their astonishing reproductive rate. A female hog, called a sow, can become pregnant at just 6 months old. She can then produce up to 2 litters per year, with each litter averaging 4 to 6 piglets, though some can have a dozen or more. Do the math, and you'll see how a small group of hogs can quickly explode into a massive population, or a sounder, as a group of hogs is called. This is why experts say that to keep the population stable, you need to remove about 70% of the hogs in an area every single year, just to break even. Eradication is a nearly impossible task. Initially found primarily in the southeastern United States, feral hogs have now spread to at least 35 states. Their expansion is partly natural, as they are strong swimmers and can travel long distances, but a significant factor in their rapid spread has been humans. Some people illegally transport and release hogs into new areas to create hunting opportunities, unaware or unconcerned about the devastating consequences. This has created new epicenters of invasion hundreds of miles from established populations, making containment efforts a frustrating game of whack-a-mole, faced with this overwhelming challenge. Traditional hunting methods just aren't enough. Well-ground hunting is a popular sport and helps. Remove some animals. It barely makes a dent in the overall population. Hogs are largely nocturnal and incredibly wary of human pressure. They learn to avoid hunters and become even more difficult to track. This is where more extreme, large-scale solutions come into play. Enter the hog hunting helicopter. It might sound like something out of an action movie, but aerial gunning has become one of the most effective tools for population control in states like Texas, where the hog problem is most severe. From the air, Trained gunners can spot large sounders of hogs in open terrain that would be impossible to approach on the ground. It allows for the rapid removal of dozens of animals in a single flight. This method is expensive and requires highly skilled pilots and gunners. But in terms of sheer efficiency for reducing numbers quickly, it's unparalleled. It's a targeted, large-scale culling operation aimed at protecting agriculture and native ecosystems from total devastation, another highly effective and ancient method is hunting with trained dogs. This isn't just letting a few dogs loose in the woods. It involves specific breeds, often with names like Kataula leopard dog or blackmouth cur, that are expertly trained for this dangerous work. There are two main types of hog dogs. The dogs are trained to track, find, and corner hog, then bark loudly to alert the hunters to their location. Then, catch dogs, which are stronger and wear protective vests, are released to physically restrain the hog, allowing hunters to move in and dispatch it. This method is incredibly intense and requires a deep bond and trust between the hunter and their dogs. It allows hunters to access hogs in thick brush and dense forests where they can be seen from the air. Beyond hunting, scientists and land managers are working on other solutions. One of the most talked about is the development of hog-specific toxicants. The challenge is creating a poison that is effective on hogs but won't harm other wildlife, livestock, or the environment. Researchers are working on baits and delivery systems that are specifically designed to be accessed only by hogs. This technology is still being refined and faces regulatory hurdles. But it could one day be another powerful tool in the arsenal. Another critical strategy is trapping. Large, sophisticated kraal traps, often triggered remotely via a smartphone app, can capture entire sounders at once. This is far more effective than single catch traps, as it removes the entire family unit, preventing the remaining educated hogs from becoming trap shy. The feral hog problem is a complex issue with no easy answers. It's a story of unintended consequences, ecological imbalance, and a desperate fight to protect America's natural and agricultural resources. It highlights the incredible adaptability of these animals and the extreme lengths we must go to in order to manage their impact. From the high-tech world of helicopter gunships and remote-controlled traps to the primal teamwork of hunters and their dogs, the war on feral hogs is being fought on multiple fronts. It's a stark reminder that when an invasive species takes hold, the battle to reclaim the landscape is a long, costly, and relentless one. Thanks for watching. If you found this look into the feral hog invasion interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world around us. Let us know in the comments what you think about these control methods. See you next time.